my
Thank you.
question is, when you had it set up, so you were saying to do a transfer, you can just take one of the sides and put them out to the side so that we can transfer some
Precisely.
wheelchairs in there?
Yeah, do you want me to show you?
No, I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure, does it go all
It
the way
goes all
out?
around.
Oh, okay,
And it goes all the way around and it comes out.
okay,
So all the white parts, you
So-
can actually take out, especially if you're transferring it
Right.
more often.
right,
If you want to make it lighter, which is what I do, you could just, it takes apart. In fact, if you ever need it, if you're moving locations, this thing completely flat packs. I mean, everything comes out anyways.
oh, okay.
So that's part of the,
Would you come in and do a training then?
yes, so that kind of goes into what we would be doing as far as how would we introduce this. And so we can talk about the details of the program because it has to fit your needs. But I would come in and I would help you set up the program. I would train your trainers or train your therapists to be able to do this on their own. And hopefully what we're looking for is really getting it so we actually have a good pilot program in this area that obviously will create marketing, marketing ability, be able to create a revenue source, additional revenue source, keep your residents here longer, safer, right? And ultimately be able to
Keep them from falling.
keep them from falling, exactly.
Yeah.
But you can also advertise that as a key benefit analysis.
Well, I'm all for getting my guys out of the wheelchair. I mean, my guys are young, and anything that I can help them get out of the wheelchair, even for a moment, even for a while to stretch
10
everything,
minutes, 15, half an
Um,
hour, you know.
would be advantageous to my guys over in TBI. My question is, can you take off the top then and just use
Yeah.
the bottom? So it's adjustable that way
Yeah.
also? Okay. And you're saying that the straps, some of them have such paralysis, I'm afraid they would fall out. So the straps just here, or
Yeah.
do you have one
We
higher?
have a harness.
Oh,
I'm
you
actually
do?
looking
Oh,
for
okay.
I'm actually looking for a good harness if you guys can recommend it, because the harness that I could find is not a great one. But yeah, so basically any harness that would work on Lightgate, any harness that would work on any of these, you can even put a Hoyer one on it. I mean, you can actually have someone just, in that.
Right, right.
One thing that you guys have no shortage of is ingenuity, because anytime you have an OT who has to work with limited resources,
Yeah.
their ingenuity is like,
Well, you're limited to whatever you have.
you guys have done a marvelous job with little to no tools at all.
Right,
And
right.
so what this does, it really allows you to maximize that. So I have a question, do you guys, you charge for exercise, is that correct? Like it's
No.
covered or no?
No, it's part of our program.
Part of the program,
Mhm.
okay, so, but who pays for that?
Medicating.
Medicaid, okay. So, but you can also only charge for, if I'm not mistaken, you can charge for the exercises, but not for transfer time.
Right.
Is that right?
I think that's right, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I was
Yeah.
taught. So one of the other benefits of this, and this is what I would like to know, I need proof, but because you don't need to transfer people from one place to another to do an exercise, you save that time.
No, ours is a 4-hour block.
Yeah, okay, so
Of
you, so
time.
you.
Lump
so you
sum.
can-
Yeah, a lump
right.
sum
Yeah.
block of time.
But then you can do more with what you have, then basically that's what it is.
Well, you're right, I mean, it would be good advertising too, for them to come and look and say,
And see
we
what
have
you
a
do.
fitness program on, even for those who are wheelchair bound, things like that would be good.
And we can help you with the marketing part of it as well. So brochures, information, we're just as interested in making this a successful revenue generating program. There's one more thing that I wanted to make us talk about cost effectiveness, is the fact that because there's something called ADA tax credit. I'm sure, are you familiar with that?
American
Sure.
Disability Act.
American Disability Act tax credit. Any modifications that you make in your facility for a small business that makes under $1 million in revenue or has less than 30 full-time employees, okay, which I would bet this place has.
We would not qualify for that.
You have more than 30
Yeah.
full-time? And you, okay.
Yeah.
But, okay, so then it's a moot point. But the idea is that you can get half off. basically you get half of the, you know, and if one of your programs has its own text code, then that's looked differently.
So you don't need to be a coda, you don't need to be
Nope.
anyone to
How
use
do I
the machine.
move this thing? I got called out.
Yeah, so let me show you. So I talk about it being a 1.5 person job.
Yeah.
I do it one by myself. But if I were to have Addie on that side, just lift it up. There are wheels on each side.
I see that, but
It would be probably too much for one person to do, but.
I would not recommend doing it one person unless you're Lincoln, because
Yeah.
I can see this could be rough.
I'm surprised that these don't rotate so you could run all 4 wheels with, you know.
It would be, at some point, you get to too complex part.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the worst thing that can happen is for these wheels to fall off.
yeah.
Because then you go from highly effective. Plus, I will challenge you that actually this is better. If you need to get past the curve,
Sure.
it's
Kind of like a dolly.
it's a motorcycle.
I got it,
Yeah,
I got
you
it.
got it?
Okay, so you can move it pretty
Yeah,
easily.
and
I'm gonna set it down.
no,
so-
okay. So
Well,
yeah,
so-
actually set it down.
Let me see
Yeah,
if I can
uh-huh.
just put my foot here, I guess.
You're just gonna, and I'm gonna help.
Definitely want
No,
help.
no, let go.
Yeah, he's gonna
no,
do
I
it.
want-
Probably catapult me.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why I don't. Unless you weigh 200 pounds or you're good at balancing like me. I've done it a few times.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
what you guys can do, one person can easily do this,
Oh, it can.
right? So you can move it around any which way you want, as long as it's in a room.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
But
I
if you
see.
need to get
Through a door.
through a door,
Yeah, you have to straight up.
and also if you, just to your question, if you have a curve,
What?
Curve.
if you have a curve,
Yeah.
you can just put it down, pick it up on the other side, right?
Oh.
Pick it up on the other side of the wheel. You can overcome the curve. You can't do that with a dolly type. Yeah. So again, a lot of these things have been thought out particularly because of these questions, and so. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give the floor back to Addie.